and welcome to a new video. Today I am starting Berserk Deluxe Edition 14, obviously from the title for this. I am very nervous and very excited. It's obviously the last of the Deluxe Editions are out. I don't know how to read them after this. Do I wait until they come in like a single volume, do videos of that? Do I read the chapters online? I have no idea what to do, but I am at least going to catch up on this last Deluxe Edition today. Very nervous, very excited. I'm going to open it from the plastic here. Let's see if I can do it. Apparently not. It's completely new. Completely. Like I got it right before Christmas. So I'm counting that as new. But I can't open it. Oh, okay, I did it now. I'm so sad and nervous and emotional, but very excited, obviously. Plastic, goodbye. We're gonna put you there in a corner and I'll try to remember to actually throw it. And not just lie in my room for half a year. Here it is in all its glory. It smells even newer than the others. But yeah, I'm gonna start. We obviously only have 40 and 41. I thought it was 41 and 42, but it's the same. So much less obviously than usual. It's much shorter. We are still in the Fantasia arc, Elf Island chapter. We are starting Force of Corpses and Thorned Cedars, maybe, if that's how you say it. I'll let you know how it goes. See you very soon. Just realized I almost have the same hair as Fernice now. I'm joking. So we are in Casca's dream still. We are just fighting these challenges that it's trying to stop them to get to the last fragment of Casca, which is on this hill with the eclipse on the top in the sky. Fernice, Chereke made it, so we should see what they find there. It's probably going to be heartbreaking. Is this gonna work? I'm worried, and if it works, like what would it mean? I feel like idealization that guts have about Casca is not obviously like who she is anymore. So I really wonder like how and what this would mean. Honestly, I'm scared and feel very like heartbroken and emotional, and I just read one chapter, so we shall see. The one is the main culprits. Yay. Okay, can I describe it? They think that they can just reach the hill easier, and then they are being blocked by more like creatures, and they're sending everything at them, even like the cape thing that Sir Pico have. And then we have the wolf that like represents guts, or is guts in this dream. Like he's almost being defeated, but then he gets the berserker armor, so like he gets strong, and then keeps going forward in the berserker armor in like this wolf shape. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. It was very like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like very like sharp lines right now. Very interesting to look at. We are going to the next chapter already. Final Fragment. Oh no, but oh yes, I'm scared. Let's see. Okay, they are almost being overwhelmed, and then suddenly out of Jerke's hat, Mistress comes, Mistress Flora, and then she turns into this lady that like kind of sets fire to all the monsters after them. So they get away and get the last fragment. Which is this little, I was kind of call it a little foster kind of fetus child in between these branches. It's that Casca's inner child. It's like wrinkled and looks very sad. But they got in, and now we are on Awakening. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna tear up. I don't know why. Ah! Goosebumps, like all the way down to my toes. They get the last fragment, and obviously they get that memory. And we see Casca breaking from what happened to her. And it was just like so beautiful, but obviously heartbreaking. And then we find like her heart. It was in like the little baby fetus, and it's full of thorns. And they say maybe it can be cursed if we like actually take it inside at all. Would that be like right? Because like it might not be on one side what she wants, but also like it might be, you know, good for her to remember. And like, will it break her again? We don't know, but they do it in the end. Like they are being attacked by like this creature-like thing. I was confused if that was guts or like something that looked like Griffith, like kind of I was gonna say bird, like dark bird thing. But they do it in the end, and it is now inside of her. And we see Casca, little tiny doll Casca, I was gonna say restored. And we see her waking up in the last page. And now we shall see the consequences of these actions and choices in chapter On the Sun-Dappled Ground. What just happened? What just happened? Okay, so we have Casca waking up. She's speaking. She's thanking the others. She has all the memories from when she was Elaine inside of her, and she is like thanking them for helping her. And they're asking her what she can remember. She says she remembered they went out to save Griffith, and she cannot remember anything after that. And they're like, don't push it, you just woke up. And then they're like, do you remember guts? And then she smiles. And then the like fairy queen comes and like gives her like this beautiful dress and clothes, and she looks like an elf princess. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And then she walks out to meet Guts. But then when Guts is walking towards her, there's like darkness around him. And we see like a shadow of a person. I can't even see like cracking. Is it because her memories are returning of the eclipse? Is that what it means when she sees Guts? Is it like darkness around him, or are they being attacked? I think maybe she's being attacked by a dark memory. I'm not sure. But yeah, we were so close and then so far away. I don't know if they're being attacked or not. The next chapter is Jötunn, which is like where the giants live in Northern myths, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so we just switch over to a completely different scene. We have Griffith leading his army against... I don't even know where they are. Where are they? They are fighting... They're not fighting. Are they fighting the trolls? Yes. Who is controlling the trolls? I thought the trolls were like a consequence of like Griffith's... I was gonna say obsession with opening the doors between worlds. But he has his whole army of demon-like things. I thought Sod was there, but it doesn't look like Sod. So these are fighting. It's just a whole battle between these creatures. There's almost no dialogue. There's some snakes they're fighting. I don't even remember which side are these other creatures on. A Hydra, they say. And then Griffith flies forward and stabs a huge troll thing in the eye. And that's how that chapter ends. I want to see Casca Guts. But we have Triumphant return at dawn. This is probably Griffith's return to wherever we are. Yeah, that volume must have been shorter than the others. We are already done with that volume. I feel like it had less chapters than the others. Yes, it only had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chapters. I mean, 7 chapters is quite normal for volume. It just felt much shorter. I feel like they usually have like 8 or 9. But that might just be me. But we are done with volume 40. We just basically, when they said they were returning, they were literally returning. And I walked through the wall tree and managed to get back to Falconia like a moment. So like they kind of teleport and they're all like, ooh. And they all like, we are a part of legend. Aha. And they are all like glorious and beautiful. And it is beautiful shots. But will these people ever realize that they are on the wrong side? But are they on the wrong side? Isn't Griffith helping the people? But obviously by the means he got there, it's terrible. And what he's using is terrible. But the people living there, are they suppressed and miserable, or are they like, do they have better lives? I honestly don't know. But obviously we hate Griffith for what he has done, but like for the people there, do they live better lives than they used to? I mean, they kind of all had to leave their homes to go to this city where it's only way it's safe. So obviously it is kind of terrible. It's very much an utopia kind of thing, but obviously we don't know like how the common man is living there. I'm trying to reflect here. Whatever, I don't have enough stuff to think about. 41, The Dawn of an Empire, the last volume. Actually, I just realized. And no Griffith and Casca in the next chapter either. You know what? I'm gonna have a moment soon. That was one long chapter. So we are in this meeting with counselors when they have returned to Falconia, and they're talking about like the future. And then Charlotte had like this suggestion that she wanted to take care of like the orphans in the country, and they were like, no, we don't afford to that or something. And Griffith says that they should take care of all the orphans and all the children and give everyone education till they're the age of 10. And they're like, that sounds insane. And obviously this is a very, I was going to say, good suggestion so people can educate themselves and like then, I was going to say, contribute to for the whole country. And then he's talking about that the refugees need to serve in the army for 10 years to earn citizenship, because a lot of people from all over the world is now coming to Falconia, because Midland is now the only safe space in the world, because everything else is going to shit. And he's talking about like how the education and infrastructure and how they're going to build walls around the whole country to make it safe, and how they're going to take about human living spaces. And he's like a whole speech, and it's like, oh, humanity, new place for all, blah blah blah, and everyone is like, oh my god, in Ave. And then after the meeting, Charlotte comes and is like, hey, wanna have sex afterwards? And he's like, yeah. And then Sonia is very very sad about this, very upset. And then after he had sex, we didn't get to see it, which is besides the point, but he jumps out the window and is like, sure enough, it's tonight then. But we don't know what it is. And yeah, he had a whole long cool speech that I'm not going to try to like repeat, but basically good parts of what he's planning. He wants to make a grand, good, best country in the world thing. And we all know that when one man wants to do this, it is not a good thing. Either way, Barrier is the next chapter. Will we get Casca? Who knows? Let's see. Am I reading a forbidden romance? What is going on? So Casca and Guts can't see each other because every time she sees him, she basically gets a PTSD attack and like gets a seizure, because then all her memories is like trying to go back into her mind. So she can't see Guts. So she's talking with all the others, FAES and all of them. She's thanking them for the year. She's training with Isidore. We see her fight like the creatures that Shrek can make, and see her being a really skilled swordsman still. And then Isidore is begging her to teach him, and she says yes. And then Guts is hiding behind a tree watching them and being like, I'm so glad that she's okay. And then she comes over and is like, don't turn around, like, I would just want to speak to you through the tree. And then she's like, mentions someone from Band of the Hawk, Judao, and says that Isidore reminds her of him. And then she gets a seizure again and passes out because she gets flashes, PTSD attack, seizure from the memories that comes back with that memory. And now that is very sad, very sad. Guts is very sad, but he says that he's glad that she's happy and with the others and that they are her good companions. But he is sad and I'm sad. Like, why are we going through this? We've already been through enough. Either way, now we have the cherry orchard. Yay. Okay, in this chapter, we have them talking with Casca a bit and that she needs more time and that she's sad that, well, that she gets these teachers, obviously. We have Sharurka and FAES going to like the other mages on the island and going to be taught about magic. They show off what they can do and they're very impressed by like FAES being able to do what she can do in just like 3 months or something. And then she wants to learn healing magic while Sharurka was going to learn some other magic. Some like dream stuff where she maybe can meet Flora and stuff again. Then we have Guts on this cliffside training with his sword and Skull Knight shows up and he's like, it's you. And I firmly still believe that Skull Knight is Guts somehow in the future. But we shall see if that turns out to be true. Next chapter is the Ravine. What's gonna happen? Who knows? Okay, so Skull Knight and Guts have a little talk. One of like the elves, wizards from the village comes and joins them and says that they can go down to this person who made the armor. And also like Skull Knight know them already. They also called Skull Knight the Majesty. So I was a bit confused about that. He has a long past. Either way, we also have Sharurka training with the witches. She's going to do like a dream thing, and then she goes on a broom with like the witch they met all the way in the beginning. It was very pretty. And they drive, and they see Guts and Skull Knight walking down, like far down into a mountain where they meet this smithy that made the armor. And Guts is like, thank you for making this armor so that I haven't died yet. And he's like, yay. And he's like, well, just because you own it doesn't mean it's the same as mastering it. And then he uses hammer to like ham on him, and we see like the Berserk armor start activating, and then like the chapter ended. So now he's going to be taken over by it and then maybe actually learn to master it. Would be great. Maybe. I don't know. I love that they kind of knew Skull Knight. I love Sharurka training with this girl. They seem really sweet together. That's what we got. Now we have that vision. One little fast chapter. We went into the memories of the armor. We saw like a lot of like, I was going to say death and creatures, but also Guts' memories of like the Godhound. And then we also saw like a lady having sex with him, but that's not the lady we know. It seems like that was Skull Knight when he used the armor, and he said that that was the beginning of the raid wandering through an endless forest of a foolish king, which I guess Skull Knight. And then also Shrek was there, like that helped. I was gonna say Guts out of his armor thing again. So yeah, I don't know, like they got the visions, but how was that helpful? Why did the smith just activate it? He didn't know that Shrek was there. I didn't know what he was thinking. But that happened, and now we are on Leaping Monkey, whatever that means. Who's the monkey? Who knows? This chapter was honestly a bit of a chaos. We just had them telling Shrek that Flora left the island because she had broken a taboo, but we don't know what. And then we just had Isidore being really weird and perverty. We have them talking about Guts knowing the Skull Knight. And then we have the little elf king child showing up. And is perhaps gonna talk to Guts, I think. That's kind of it. Kinda, I guess. And now we have Tears of the Morning Dew. Yay. Okay, that was the last chapter. I thought it was more because it's so much more left in the thing. Since it's the guidebook, which I will read through and like give a little like thought on afterwards. This chapter is basically that child returning. It's not the embodiment of the king. I don't even know what the child is. No one knows what the child is. And the child is always very attached to Casca, and we see the child like going to Casca, like having fun with the others, also interacting with Guts, who like is like, haha, what's with you? But he's very much alone while all the others are together and happy because he can't be near Casca right now, and he wants obviously her to be with the others, and he doesn't mind, I guess, being alone, but it breaks my heart to see him like that. And then in the morning, the child has run outside, and then Guts also goes outside, and we see like a flowing wind a hair in the wind, I was gonna say. And then Griffith is there, crying, and they all look really shocked. He's suddenly there. That was where he jumped. And then Casca also sees him in a window and is shocked. And that's how it ends. That's how people have waited for years. And I know, as I said, the chapters are going. That it's heartbreaking that Miro died. Yeah, that was what we landed off with. Now it says a little note to fans that I now realized has been in production for 35 years. And I'm like, dang, we just talked about it on Sprints that if it is another 35 years, I would be like over my 60s. And I feel like people who have been reading it from the beginning have been waiting over 30 years to find the answers on this amazing story. Either way, I'm going to read some in the guidebook now and let you know in the end what and how I felt. Okay, I finished it. It was a bit weird to read the guidebook because it's kind of like a summary for the story so far. Since I just read it, I was like, okay, it wasn't bad or anything like that, but I didn't read it like thoroughly. It was like about every character and every like creature and like how the world is, and it was really weird to see it all summarized, to see this long grand journey we've been on. Apparently it was released with like 39, so like that you hadn't read 40 and 41 when you read the guidebook, I think. And it was fun. It was just weird because obviously you can't read a guidebook without having read like the whole thing, because we talk a lot about like clips, and it's weird to like see the summary of the characters we have now compared to like how long we were with like from people from the Band of the Hawk, etc., because it wasn't obviously that much about them, and it just felt weird that like these are the characters we have now, and we've been on this long journey. It was really weird, and it was just like, what will happen next, la 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 la. The format of the guidebook I thought was a bit difficult. I felt like it was a bit everywhere. I feel like it could have been neater and like better laid out to make it easier to read and more accessible, but I think it was a good thing. It's a good reminder, since apparently we're going to use 30 more years maybe, that you get that reminder of like what is going on, who are we, and you could check that out. Obviously it was better to have it like maybe separate, and I also had the names of all the different people in the God Hand, which I don't know. So if I ever remember to check it, then I know. Yay! And that is what we have for this last Berserk video in a while. I don't know if I will read them online. I don't know how to track chapters then. I don't know what will happen, but you will see me in another Berserk video maybe in a few years then. I have no idea. But I will post some other manga series I'm planning to read instead. It's been a good ride. It has been very fun, and obviously I cannot wait to see where the story will go. Like obviously I need to continue. Obviously I want answers. There's so many things we don't have, and obviously I think the series really need at least like 10 to 20 volumes to wrap up this story in a, I was gonna say, well done way. So we shall truly see, and I'm curious to see how it will go. And yeah, that was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a little fairy emoji down below if you enjoyed this, and you should see me soon in another one. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.